But I walked up to his table. It has some nice stuff as usual. It always has a nice selection. But I could see on his face he was down. And this is a bad place to be as a seller, because if I can read that, you're going to have a tough time selling. I don't care what you got. You're going to have a tough time selling because emotionally you could feel that tension right there. So I said to him, I said, "What's up with you?" He says, "What do you mean?" So we started talking a little bit, and he's like, all these buyers coming in, they don't want to spend any money. But usually when somebody looks at an item and they don't want to spend the money or they lowball you, a lot of them don't have money in their pocket. You're going to look at it for what it is. If you let that get to you, you're going to have a very bad day. It's not going to work well for you. So we talked about it, talked through a little bit. I ended up buying a nice piece off him and I left. About an hour later, I go by and he was all happy. Say, "Hey, what's going on?" I said, you changed? He said, "Hey, I had a good sale." And then it turned. But see, once it turns, the emotion, the pleasantness comes back to, right? It's there. Now you can negotiate. Now you can sell. You're very unapproachable when you're standing against the truck like this. Everybody knows you're pissed off. Nobody knows why, but they can see it on your face. You're just like down. You're not focused on what's going on. And a lot of times it's a $200, $300, $400, $500, $600 sale that get you out of that. But until you get that, and why I'm telling you this is that you're working against yourself with that attitude. It's harder to get that $200, $300, $400, $500, $600 sale like this. It just is. So I'm glad it worked out for him. I hope my purchase helped him a bit to get him out of that slump. And then it's all, it's great after that. And that's the goal.